Hello my lovely spectators, Didi here. Welcome to my studio. It has been a minute, and it has been a very long minute, but just took a break off the 100-day project. Got some stuff done around the house, so to say, finding my floor, doing stuff with the child, and everything. And yeah, so I think I'm just gonna make some pockets, not pockets, envelopes. I pulled out a bunch of coffee dyed paper. I have 10 here. I want to fold them into an envelope that I can then tuck into a journal. So these guys are 12 inches high by 9 inches wide. And so I want to just make something simple today, nothing crazy. So I want to score about 1 inch on both sides. That's going to shorten it down to about 7 inches, which is good for like to tuck into a pocket. It may seem like an excessive score, so let's take a look. Okay, so that's a 1 inch score. Okay, I'm not pressing too hard because it is coffee dyed and it can get a little... Did it even do anything? No, it did not. Maybe I need to do more than one at a time so that I'm not so scared. Or maybe it needs to be put in properly. No, this guy, is it in? Oh my goodness. I'm having technical difficulties, like as if I'm the first time I'm ever making a video. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, now I see the line. Okay, guys, I don't know. I'm trying to get you guys in a good position because we're not doing anything crazy today. Here we go. Okay, so it did score. Okay, so we're gonna score. All right, let's do the scoring. I think I'm gonna do multiple pages in one shot because, you know, for you to watch scoring, this is not scoring. I feel like there's something, it's not lining up or something. Oh, my nose, sorry. Yeah, but you don't miss that. Okay, it did score, but it's just weird. It's just weird. So what I want to do is I want to score this in, and then I want to fold this up. So I want to fold it up, and I'm on the fence if I want this with most of these words, and then this comes down around here, and that way this is also gonna be, you know, good words. Now this is a lot of blank that could possibly happen, but I'm gonna take it as a decorating opportunity. So we're gonna score all of these bad boys 1 inch on both sides. So I'm gonna double up or triple up because I pulled 9, so I pulled 10. So let's do 3 together. So let's see what happens. 3 together. So let's see, update to the channel. As of the last time I looked, not quite at my goal of 500, guys. This is not doing what it needs to do. What's happening here? This is down. Is that the problem? Okay, no, it's there. I see the line here. I just don't know what's going on. And I have my little goal of having 500 subscribers by July 4th, and that feels like it's around the corner. And I still have a decent amount of subscribers to accrue. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it. So if I don't make it before July 4th, when I do, I'm still gonna have my little giveaway, but I'm not gonna go crazy and be like, woohoo, we did it in like record time. All right, I gotta try this again. Maybe I do. I don't think I've ever changed out my scoring blade, because like you feel like, what's the matter? Why would you do that? But I think you actually do need to do that. That's why they sell them. Okay, so pressing down again, trying to make it go through more than one page. It kind of is. It kind of is. So yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, looking for that 500, guys. like I've been putting together my packets because I want to do a Happy Meal celebration giveaway and all of that good stuff. So yes, if you're new, subscribe and help me reach that 500. Also, share the video. That will help too. I went to the Crafters in the Wild and did my video where I actually went out of my house and was around other crafty people. And that was fun. I did it again, but I didn't do a video. I just went and I crafted my little heart away and I posted on Instagram because I've been neglecting that a little bit with the not, you know, not posting enough that I would like to. Okay, so yeah, and I've been just trying to organize, see what I have, figure out where the channel's gonna go, and just, you know what, I want to craft. I'm thinking, I was talking to Cindy, Scrap Brat, about how I see so many channels going live, and I'm just like, it's interesting. We were thinking about that. We're like, oh, that's interesting. Don't know if we could handle it. One, for her, because of where she's at, it's like it's not a reliable Wi-Fi-ish kind of situation. And for me, I just don't have my space set up where I feel like I could pull off the tech successfully. Because, you know, I would go in a little extra because I used to, during the vid, I had to teach remotely. And I went all in and I invested and I got myself a nice setup so that I could do what I needed to do for the children and have ease, you know, have ease of use, being able to see them on their screen, see my screen, see I had, you know, like, what is it called? A couple of monitors going so that I would be able to have everything and I wouldn't have to be fumbling around, and it was good. But I did move since then, since that set up, and I have never set that up again here. So that is something now I'm wondering, should I go for again? And I was also telling Cindy that I had done Twitch for a while, but for another hobby of mine, which is board gaming. And that was super fun. And yeah, that was something that I had done. Now let's see. So this is 12. So I know that it's going to be now, it's going to be a height of just under 7. Haven't taken off the inch and the inch. And obviously there's some slight irregularities going on here because I don't know, the papers all came from similar books, you know, and they were older books, but I also coffee dyed these, in case you were wondering. Yes, that kind of coloring is from a couple of things, so you can see the oldness of it, right, with all this glue here. So I definitely want to, like I said, put it so that I could see the words upright, and then how much do I fold over? So now I'm thinking, is that too big of a, awkward of a pocket, right? It feels too much like it's too wide. So I think I might need to trim it down. So maybe we cut down some of this, right? Again, I'm giving you measurements based upon what I have, and I'm kind of winging it too because, you know, I want to make a pocket. So this needs a score line. So that's not happening yet. Okay, let's do this again. Let's try again. It's not. I need to go see if I have a replacement score because this is like aggravating me. But anyway, I'm just putting all the font faced upwards in one direction, so facing towards my right, so that then I could chop off the bottom. And then I will be able to do a fold and have a much narrower, looking, narrower, one of those things, like, you say it and then you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. A narrower pocket envelope. envelope to go into a pocket. Okay, let's figure what we're doing here, right? Okay, so again, this was 12 inches. It is 12 inches, not was. It is 12 inches. It was about 9 inches wide. Now it's 7 inches high, so I could tuck it into a pocket in a journal. All my fonts are facing up right now. I'm going to put them facing upwards because I want to cut off a little chunk from the bottom because I don't want to overlap. If I do it into a trifold, then it's going to be 4 inches high to 7 inches across, because 12 divided into 3, a trifold would be 4 inches, and I think that's a little too boxy. 4x7 feels a little weird, boxy. Let's see here, right? So this is 7 across over here, and 4 would be about this. But that would be like too much overhang. Like I would have to overhang it here, and I kind of want to overhang it to here. So let's say we want to do 4 inches high. I think 4 inches high is good. And I'm going to need for it to come up to 3 inches. So that's 7. And then 2, so 7, 8, 9. I need to cut it to 9. I think that will be a nice little thing there. If I cut it to 9, I will have a nice strip of stuff that I can incorporate into clusters and the like. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna cut it to 9. Okay. So that means from 12, I'm gonna take away 3, because that way I don't have to open up the arm here, because the studio is like right here. So what I want to do is I want to keep the font, right? So I want to be able to turn this up. So let me double check. How do I have to do this? So I want to turn this up and see the font. And then I want to be able to come down. So what I want to cut off, I want to come down this way. Okay, yeah. So I want to cut off from here. Okay, so this is going to come up. And this is going to come over. So all of these bottoms will be able decorative washi or something cutesy like that. All the fonts in all of the words are correctly up. Yes, yes, yes. So I want to cut from the bottom here. No, I know we can't cut all of these. So let's just grab 3. Let's see if we can cut 3 in one time. So I'm going to keep it in the orientation. I'm going to place this here, fold and all, and I want to cut off 3. So 3 inches. So this is going to be my envelope, and this is going to be my goodies for my scraps to make some stuff. Here's my envelope. Okay. And then we're going to do this again. We're going to take off 3 inches. Okay, making sure that that's up against there. 3 inches are gone for scraps. Here's my envelope pieces, and we have 4 more. So let's do that. 3 inches. Make sure everybody's lined up together. And we're going to cut off 3 inches. Oh, it didn't cut through the last one. Let's go back and do that. 3 inches, 3 inches. Yeah. So, ooh, that's no bueno, but that's okay. A little roughness, a little grunge. I'll just trim that a little bit. So this will be for another project, another time. We're just gonna put it all to the side over there, and we're going to now clean up this one with a little bit of maybe some slippage. So sometimes the paper is too soft and you go too fast. It kind of like oopsie. So I'm just gonna follow this staff line over here all the way across. So it won't be perfectly straight because I cut unstraight, but I don't want to take a chance of tearing into the paper even more because that would be so annoying. Okay, so we did these with 9 inches in mine. I want there to be a 4-inch height, so that means I have a differential of 5. So I want the pockets to come up 3 and then this to come down 2. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to fold, right? So I'm going to use my board to help me out. So I'm gonna line this up. Here's my 3 inches. This is where I want to fold. I'm gonna fold this one here. Okay, and that's gonna help me right there. And then I'm gonna go over here, move it again, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these 2 inches are going to come down. Okay, there we go. Why are you in my way? Let me stop. Let me go like that. Alright. Alrighty. Okay. So it got a little puffed out here because, you know, things are being folded. So let's take a look at what do we think about this. I'm not mad at that. I feel like the only thing that I need to do now is to kind of clean up the pieces here. So let's just do all that little bit of folding, right? So we're going to do again. It's 9. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put my nail on the 3 inches. Use that to help do the bend. Line it up on the edge. Bring my thing across. Hunky-dory. I think I'm going to turn it around this way. And I know that I need to come down. So there needs to be, you know, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I'm going to bring this here. Line it up on the edge. And then just bring that across. And for some reason it still wants to poke out. But we will clean that up when we take off the bits that we don't need. So there we go. So we're going to be, that's going to be our pocket, our envelopes. Okay, so I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna fold up the rest, and then we're gonna figure out how we cut it up so we can glue it together. So just 1 second for you, a couple minutes for me. Okay, so all folded, and I know as I was doing it, I was thinking like, what are they gonna be saying? Because it's like, I'm doing it this way because I figure people think, well, we say that this is the front of an envelope. Right? We put our name and our address and the person who's getting it, we put the stamp, blah, 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 blah. But we open it through here. And so, you know, when we put it into the thing, I tend to put mine like this so that they know that it's an envelope so they can open and enjoy some goodies. So with that said, I feel like this is the front to me. So that's why I folded it this way in case anybody was saying, girl, you folded it backwards. I realize, you know, there are things that are, you know, considered a certain way. But you know what? It's mine. I want to do it the way I want to do it. No, you do it whichever way makes most sense to you, honestly. So now we need to get rid of some of the pieces. Now it's kind of hard to see because, of course, you know, this paper is coffee dyed. And, you know, the creasing is giving me an issue. So I'm just reinforcing so that I could show you what I'm taking out. So for here, I'm gonna leave it. The only thing I'm gonna take out is this little snippet right here because I'm gonna glue everything, all of this down. You know, this whole thing, right? Let me see. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let me think about this. So I could take this. Yeah, no, I have to cut out this part and this part. So sorry for the oopsie in my brain for a moment. So again, let me go back so that we can get back on track. The bottom piece that's longer, right? That's the inside. This is the over piece. So the longer piece is in my hand. I'm right-handed, so my scissors will be here. I want to cut slight to the score line, and then I want to cut down the score line. If I could see it myself, that would be fabulous. And get rid of this little piece. And then I'm going to turn it, but it's already the longer piece. I'm going to do another little snip this way to get some of the bulk and things won't be popping out and poking out. And then I'm going to cut this guy up. Okay, so that means that's going to go down, and I'm going to put glue up the sides here. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So now I'm going to do the same thing for the short piece right here, the flap. I'm going to go in slightly again, and then I'm going to go up the score straight to that intersection. Okay. No! Boo-boo tape. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna go slightly this way, and then I'm gonna go up that score line. Okay. All right, there we go. So we're gonna have this short piece, the two little flaps, and the bigger piece, right? Now these little flaps, you can do whatever kind of rounding that you want to do after the fact, and even these pieces you might want to keep. I'm on the fence, people. Like, I'll create little pieces like this to utilize. Like when I was crafting. Oh, I don't know. Should I show you what I did all day yesterday? I had taken apart some paper, and then I had these, and I used them, right? So I wouldn't necessarily cut into a piece of paper to get this to use, but then I'm like, I'm not doing anything else. These will go in the trash. So just so you know. Where is my goodies that I made yesterday? Hold on, let me go get them. Okay, let me do show and tell before I couldn't find. So, okay, you tell me. This little Ziploc baggie, which is about 9 inches by 6 inches. This is a full day of crafting from 10 to about 7. These are the things that I made. So if you're not an Instagram person, then you wouldn't have seen my stuff. But let me just show you the things that I did. So, let's see. I tend to mass make. So these cards, as I was saying, I did use music paper. So these cards with the tissue paper, some roll, and these are some coffee dye paper and stickers from the sets that I got from Amazon, and I backed it on some. This paper is a cream or beige. I gotta find out, from Staples, because it has this like mottled little texture. I love it. Paper's pricey. So I had printed some other gobbledygook on one side, and I just was like, nope, not throwing that out. We will use the other side. So I made these guys. So some of the repetitions of stickers, you know, you have a formula. They're not going to all go into the same journal, right? So, you know, or you could put multiples in one journal, but you know, you have variety. And I just put some words on here. So I made a bunch of these guys. Cutesy, so little journal cards, ATC kind of size, right? These guys were 4 inches by 2 3/4. I also I had a whole bunch of those sizes. So then I did this with book page, and I had another set that came from Amazon, and I added this going on here. Bunch of little tags were included. So I pulled out those 2 tags. These are washi stickers I layered, and then this is washi tape with the faux stitching. So I did those. I think there might be another one someplace, but I don't see it. Okay, so because I don't think I would have done odd numbers. They usually would be even numbers. So that guy is somewhere. Somewhere we will see it. I don't know. Don't know where it went, what happened. So I used up some more of those cream colored guys with some ribbon that I purchased and brought with me. So that's another bunch. Then some more book pages. I used a stamp that I brought with me of a bicycle, old time unicycle. No, it's not a unicycle. Weird bicycles. And I used some luster wax. I'm in like a pewter brown, black, not brown, black. And more washi, some of my labels, and then some stickers I had gotten from Lunamia, I think it's called. You had to cut them out off the full sheet. So I just did this again, 4 with this kind of style and design. Yeah, had some, you know, just sitting there making cards. It was a Christmas theme. This was the first thing that I had made. Someone gave us Lay's. Coel actually is her name, but She gave us lays for around our little section because it was Christmas colors. And so we all had these on. And when I took my thing apart, my little set, a couple of flowers fell off. So I decided to not let them go to the Basuda. And I just did a stamped image on the back. I layered them up here. It's a vintage button. These are some of these little cards that I had gotten from Facebook Marketplace, which somebody was learning another language. So I, got their little throwaway cards. And that data tape that I have in my coffee shop is right there layered. So there are staples on the other side. That doesn't bother me. I'm cool with that. You still have plenty of journaling space. If it bothers, you can put a little piece of tape, get some little washy flower things, I don't know, something to cover it. So I had done those. Then I had this color as well, paper. This is Strathmore, I think, and it's kind of like it's called Blue Toned. And I did another bunch of cards that just, very similar, because that was the style. Bunch of ladies. So they all have a piece of Timu paper, a piece of the music paper that you could see from when I cut this up, a round sticker that I got from Amazon stickers. Some of them have some, whatever, this meshy thing. Some of them have a skeleton leaf, you can see there. They all have some words. We're trying to get rid of that thing of words. And so we just, same thing, the same kind of formula over and over and over again and whatnot. So yeah, and this one had two little people. my child interrupted me, sorry. She I don't know if you heard the little kisses in my head, but then she's like, "Hey, what are these? What are you doing with these? Are you selling these?" she's the entrepreneurial. She has more of the entrepreneurial go-getter than I do. So I'm like, I don't know. I've put some stuff up on my Etsy, but I haven't really gotten any kind of response on things, so I haven't really put much more. We had some more of the tags, so I did again. These are $49 in Market. They're laser cuts. Here's a piece of that ribbon, the tag. I have some of that data tape. I did a swatch of that wax, and these are my labels. Same thing here, so same formula, just different placement, different color tones and stuff. So real simple, lay it out, make a bunch of them, cutesy, and keep it moving, So a lot of different layers. And when I say my labels, I have them in my coffee, and basically I printed them on cardstock. So I have like the Denizen style of these labels are in 8 or 9 different colors, so you don't have to worry about the outside if you want different colors. And then if you print it on different paper, that'll come through. Like I've even printed it on like a scrapbook paper that I cut 8.5 by 11 and threw it in the printer so that the black one could print over it, and then I cut it out, fussy cut it basically. So very versatile, because you could just print whatever color if you wanted to have Denizen and like have it coordinate. So yeah, so it's there, it's on my coffee, it's whatever. So these, then I got bigger, so I went to some more coffee dye paper that I had. And this was the coffee dye paper. This paper is a very thin photo paper, a glossy paper that I was not keen on. So I, was coffee dyeing everything. So it has a little bit of a sheen, and it picked up the coffee very oddly, but it's interesting. So this is the back of the tags, and then the front of the tags is a combination of things. We received some twine as a gift, one of the, participation things there. And here's the little doily, some music strips again. This is on dyed copy paper with food coloring. And then this is a stamp, and I just colored in and added more color to the stamp freehand. I wasn't worried too much about getting out of the lines, giving it a more of a rustic. So yes, they all look the same because I do my formula and I keep it going, because this will go in one journal and this will go in another journal. Or if you want to buy one. So that's that. And then this is the last this is the last thing I made. I didn't make them in that order necessarily, but here's another big tag that I decided to wrap a coffee filter. So when I coffee dyed these and put them to dry, they wind up losing their little wrinkle, like, because they're not a doily. And I thought, oh my god, so I put some stickers from Dollar Tree, and then I made myself a little pocket. So I have a pocket here and a pocket in the back. So this is ephemera pieces from the Amazon stuff. Here's some more of that twine. This time I did it like this. And then this is another one of these Dollar Tree things, and another piece of paper that I dyed using green food coloring. So I cut it down so it could fit nicely in here. And I left it popped out so that the dragonfly could be seen. So, you know, I just did it, comboed the different leaves with the different dragonflies. They all look similar. They're all cousins, you know, and again, mask making. So I know this went way off, you know, way off base. You came to see some envelopes. So I guess maybe I'll say I have to put a little warning in the what's it called, the title. Let's make some envelopes and look at what I made this weekend at the crop. Anyway, all right, let's get back to it, people. So here's where we were before I got sidetracked. My bad. So we have a little boo-boo there. I'll cover that with some tape. I might as well, you know what? I'm actually gonna put some tape on the inside for now. Because I don't know where my boo-boo tape is. Off the top of my head. So we'll just do that so it doesn't rip any further. And yeah, so this needs to be cut. So I'm going to cut off the pieces like we did. Let's do one more together. So again, we have a longer side and a shorter side. We're going to cut off the corners, those rectangles on all four corners. We're going to do a little bit of a snip inward and a little snip inward here. I'm going to cut this one off. And I'm doing it straight because I want to use a punch to clean up the edges. And here I'm trying to go as straight as possible because I wanted to match up the edge of the actual envelope. And if we need to tweak it after the fact, after we've glued it, we can do that too. Okay, so now again, we're just going to go a little snip inward, a little snip that way, and then we're going to take off by going straight up. Okay, I need to see that a little better. Oh, I went off a little bit. That's okay. Like I said, we'll fix it up if we have to. Okay, and then again this way. Okay. So I'm going to do that to all of them, and I'm going to come all right back. All right, yeah, the carnage. Yes, I cut everything. We're going to glue it. I'm looking for my punches on my corners. So I like this one because I like this guy, and I also like this guy. This guy's good for stamping. The rounded corner is good. We could even do some that have a little bit of a taggy shape. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And yes, all of this, my dears, will be put into the trash. I know some of you are like, what? What is going on? Just like, yo, I don't know. You want them? Send me your address. I'm put them in a little envelope for you. Anyway, so we have that and that. So we need to glue them together. So I'm gonna use Gorilla Wood Glue because my other glue is over there in my bag still from yesterday. So I'm gonna be talking about yesterday and hopefully this video because I just was watching TV, right? And I was looking at YouTube, and I was watching like Seven Plaza, and I was just like, you know what? You need to get back to crafting for the followers because you know what? I enjoy this. I enjoy sitting here talking to myself. My daughter comes and she goes, oh, she's talking to herself. She's making a video. She knows. And stuff. So she So I'm not going to worry too much. I'm going to make sure that I didn't get anything on the inside. So that's what we're going to have, a nice little pocket right there, right? I'm going to be able to go in and fix this up. Just trim it. Try not to cut the envelope open if that happens to you. And then this piece right here, we can pick, let's see how this paper is cutting. Let's see. Okay, we can do that. I like that one. That's cute set. Let's do that. Okay. And then we're going to be able to throw some washi or something like that right around here so that way we have some decorative element. We can add some other stuff over here. So we're going to glue all of these guys and clean them up. So I'm just looking at the width of this and I'm eyeballing the width, and I know that I can't go all the way to the bottom, so I'm going across, whoops, to the edge, making sure I get to the edge over here. Same thing, I know that I'm not going to go to the bottom, but I am going to do the width, and I am going to catch the edge good. So if I'm paying attention like that, then I'll be able to bring this up, press this down, and I should be able to reinforce that bottom. And then I didn't glue anything on the inside, okay? And let's just, for the sake of it, let's make these guys, this one rounded. We're just gonna change it up, right? Okay, let's do another one. So yeah, so it is June, and June is almost over, and school is almost out. So if you didn't know, I'm a teacher by trade, profession, whatever, but I have been dealing with some stuff medically that has kept me home, which is why I've been able to kind of be hanging out with you guys, and why one of my favorite hashtag is crafting is my therapy, because it keeps my brain from, you know, wallowing, if you to say. So yes, wallowing in my strife and whatever else is going on. So there we go, we have that. So I'm a little off over here, but my daughter is actually graduating from high school. So even though I've been home, I've still been having to deal with a few things school-wise for her. And so we, you know, her cap and gown and her yearbook, and, you know, she's gotten her signatures from her teachers and all that good stuff. So graduation for her is around the corner. Now she's not going to walk. She's not that kind of a girl. She doesn't want to do that whole pomp and circumstance, as they say. And that's fine. I'm not, you know, because you know what? Unfortunately, the vid changed a lot of things for a lot of people. And so that is not a priority to her. And as long as she's graduating, I am cool with that. We'll do something with family members maybe in the middle of the summer. You know, just because I did get her cap and gown as a memento. And I told her, I said, I'm going to get it, but, you know, I'm going to have, you know, family coming around, and you're going to have to, like, dress it up and, you know, put it on, and we're taking pictures. So she looked at me sideways, but she knows that we're going to possibly have that happen over the summertime. I haven't decided when. But technically, even though she's not walking, I told her she's not graduated until graduation happens for her school, which is on the 26th. So by Friday, then she will technically, I guess, be graduated. So yeah, that's how we're rolling here in my household. So yeah, so she, you know, before she acts a little too grown, we're just gonna keep her, you know, controlled that way. And then the summertime is to teach her how to drive, which of course is freaking me out because, you know, people can be crazy drivers out here on Long Island where we live. So kind of worried, but taking it slow, just going around the, you know, doing the crazy eights and getting used to making the rights and then getting used to making the lefts, and then, you know, we'll move up to, you know, other things, and then doing the parallel parking, which is not something that you see, I guess, too often out here, because, you know, a lot of places have parking lots. But being from Queens and Brooklyn, you know, parallel parking is essential, and I'm assuming that it's still part of the official driving test. So that said, I'm gonna still have to find some cars that she can parallel park between, in order to, you know, teach her that. I actually wanted my brother to teach her, but he's out in Queens, and it would mean me taking an hour drive to take her to him so he could teach her, and that just wasn't making any kind of sense right now. Even though I kind of feel like I wanna do that, you know, because I'm just like, she freaking me out. But just checking, gotta keep checking. So even though I was a little short over here, it's not noticeable with the music paper because they have a similar kind of look. So I did a couple with the little nipple, like I call it, and then I have a couple, I think, with this little boop boop butt, the little butt. So I'm just making a few with each of the styles. So let's do another little butt, boop boop, and then we'll do the rest rounded, or a combination of the rounded and maybe a tag shape kind of. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I'm just, you know, trying to keep it interesting. So yeah, so the summertime, yeah, I moved out to where I am in 2001, and I used to be the big old, how do you call it, entertainer. Like, I would have like barbecues and all of that, and that kind of went to the wayside anyway. And I'm like, I want to bring that back, but then I'm also kind of far from the people that are my friends and buddies, and so I don't know how successful that will be in coming back in the way that it was. But financially, it's also a big expense. Like, I would spend hundreds and hundreds on barbecues, and I would have 30-40 heads up in my house. That I don't think is gonna happen anytime soon. So yeah, but I mean, it is something that I would love to revisit at least once in a blue moon in the summertime. Once at least in the summertime. So that's something that has to be on my goal for my sanity, because, you know, isolation is not good. But I mean, I'm isolated from like all the friends that I used to have and stuff. My family, you know, my daughter, her dad and stuff, you know, we're here, but it's the other social. So my daughter was like, you need to go to this crop, you need to go back out to crops, talk to the people, your people in real life. And I'm like, you should talk, because all her friends are gamey friends online. So alright, but yeah, but you know what, I was doing YouTube. I have a few different channels, but now this is my focus. This is the one I'm investing the most time into, and so this is going to be the next part of my journey, my life, because, you know, I really do want to retire. Once I can get myself back up and functioning, or functioning because of, you know, whatever. And it would be nice to, yeah, be able to retire and not have to drive back into Queens. But that's not an option right now, so we're just gonna take the summer and figure things out, you know. So maybe you'll hear some more stories about that on my channel. I don't know. It's like, I never know what to say. I don't think I'm that interesting, but anyway. And listen, I have stories. There are people that I could talk about, but I'm not gonna do that, even though you don't know who they are. I can't do that. That's so rude. Let's do a little tag cut on this one and see how that looks. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. So we got 10 of these done, practically almost, right? And we can decorate. I don't know. So I've been doing organizing, and I've started to do different organizational things, like the day when not the other day, but whenever it was that I was gonna be organizing my ephemera, and I was looking at putting it into hanging folders, and I said to myself, everything will just plop down into the bottom. Well, I showed you guys the idea that I had come up with, which is to actually add pockets within the sides of the file folder, the hanging folders, so that you can actually put, a few here and there so that it wouldn't all just slump to the bottom. Well, guess what? We set that up, but did we actually, what do you call it? What's the word? Actually utilize the system? No, nothing has been put away. So that's why I've been kind of also in my reset from the 100 days and stuff. Hold up. Okay, just getting this, guys. Oopsie. Let's see if I can put some washi on some of them. Been also trying to figure out how to, I don't know, how to reset, how to get things. So I have pet tape, which shiny, but I like some of the designs. We could put them down the bottom like a garden. So we're gonna do that on a couple of them, because we gotta use up the stuff that we got. Guys, we gotta use up the stuff that we have. We can't keep hoarding, and this whole situation is happening because of the Finding My Floor, because I was like, oh, let me use this container for something else, and then what happens? The something else takes over. Then yeah, that's a thing. So just trying to look for stuff that has longish, this kind of orientation. I don't want this orientation because I want to put stuff that way. So I'm looking at that. We can put little snippets of things, which is another option. But yeah, so I think we have let's flip it a little bit and see if we have anything on this side. I don't want anything too wide, but I want it wide enough that it makes a little bit of, it makes a little bit of a statement. So yeah, I have a very eclectic amount of things here. So we will just take out and we will just hit things up. And even though we don't know what color, where they're going, eventually they will fit someplace. Because, junk journaling can be very, what's it called? What's the word? Eclectic. Eclectic. Yes, okay. So, for example, with this, I may take this right here and just add a little bit of, what do you call it, tape right there, and cover up the font, right? And then we'll do that. Now, should I have put glue behind this? Probably. Now that I'm thinking about it. But we will burnish it nice and good. Okay, so we'll do that. And then I have this lovely tape. I want to say it's Mente's tape. I'm not 100% sure, but it has stamps. So I'm going to take a couple of these stamps off here and just going to add a little stamp here, and then take another one that's vertical. And maybe I should have put that one down first. Yeah. Okay, put that there just because, and then there. Just two little stamps just to add a little something, right? There we go. Nothing crazy. that guy is done. Okay, we'll put a little stamp here. So this is a 5-cent stamp that way. This one is also horizontal. A lot of mushrooms up in here, guys. A lot of mushrooms. Let's take this and this. Let's see. Can we cat-a-corner them like that? Yes, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to focus on decorating up here. I'm going to stick this right there. And you know what? Let's make these two guys very similar. And let's get ourselves another piece of this. So from here to here, there to there. And I know it's gonna be short. I know it. I know it's gonna be short because I'm holding on to it like, what? Yeah, and it's crooked. Okay, let's go here. And we're going to bring that up to where the little corners are for the tag shape. Okay. And there. Right? Looks about right. Looks about good. We're going to burnish really, really well in hopes that it never comes off. Okay, and then over here I'm going to just clean this up because it was a little crooked and it was a little long. So that crooked and long together balanced it out. Okay, so we've got 2 envelopes done and done. Okay, so now I'm thinking, because I'm going to do this with you guys, that we're going to run out of time in terms of whatnot. So here, oh, this is cute. This is pet tape 2. And this is a bunch of little books. So we're going to do a juxtaposition of music with books. Okay, just going to cut it here. And then I will trim it as needed. So I'm going to put it down here on here. Okay, and we're going to use one of the staff lines. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I think it is. And we're going to put the books right there. Cute. And then we're going to go like this. Okay, and then we're going to do that on this side as well to clean it up because I don't want to put it on the other side. Right, so I'm not decorating what I'm calling the back of it. That's good enough as it is. And because it is books, guess what? We're going to take some of this and we're going to add it here as just a little bit, not the full thing. This is like how we had the stamps. So we have this. We're going to bring this down further down because how could we have books without having writing? There we go. Yes, I'm going to throw this out. Okay. Let's do another one over here. Let's take that. We'll put it on this side. And then we'll get another book. So we'll have 2 of each. So we're mass making envelopes, but we're not necessarily mass making the same decoration. Just like we're just doubling up. Okay, let's go like that. And I'm gonna be right about here somewhere. And then we want to make sure that we put the books standing up. So how do we know they're standing up? Because they're on the bottom. Okay, and we're going to, let's see here. Maybe this is going to bring a little bit lower, so I don't have a staff line. So I'm going to try to make sure that I have the same amount on the bottom. I think I did a pretty decent job. And then now we're going to cut off this excess over here. Careful not to cut the envelope open. Of course, I said that before. We have to remind ourselves. I'm saying it for me, guys, not for you. Because I'll cut the damn envelope open on the side. So here we go. We've got 2 decorated. So because we gotta use our supplies. All right, let's see what else goes together. What is this? I took this out. I bought this because it has this burnt effect to it. Okay, and let me put the little piece of tape over here because I think we're done with this. We've used it enough times. Okay, and yes. Okay, here. this guy here. Ooh, creepy morbid, love it. All right, we're gonna put it here. Okay, and so let's do 3 of those, because why not? Because we have 3 little butt ones. We'll do it like that. And then I have something else to put with it. I'm gonna go grab it because I just saw it, to kind of decorate up here. Okay, right there. All right. So yeah, this is like, I want to do a horror, or not a horror, but like a dark kind of journal. There's so many things that I want to do, guys, that I just don't even know where to begin. But I've purchased things because I'm like, oh, this would be good, like for like a medical creepy, that's a better word, creepy. Now, I can put it up here as well. That might be an option. Let's do one like that. Okay. So yeah, so I purchased this, again, Temu, a lot of this stuff is Temu. And then I sit on it. I sit on it in terms of like, I don't do anything with it. And it's like, come on, man, you gotta do something. You gotta do something. So I'm making a ton of ephemera, and I don't have journals made. I mean, I've been watching a lot of people make journals. I mean, I made the journal for Mandalee cards with her enchanted situation. Her enchanted situation. Her enchanted digital, which was lovely. And I was honored to be asked. And I did do a journal from like start to finish. And it wasn't that it was hard for me to do it. I just was like, I felt lost for a little bit, and I think that's why I kind of went to the music. I mean, it came out lovely. Even myself, I do think that it's a really pretty journal. So look, I have these stickers, which have, you know, these kind of imageries. So let's take a couple. We've got the full body. Let's get a heart. I think there's one up here. The heart, and then let's add another. This I don't feel like this is giving me too much fun. I think I want to do the skull. So I'm gonna make a little cluster like that, and then I'm just gonna put that right here onto my envelopes, so I can have morbid little goodies in here. All right, let's do 2 more. And we can do the same thing, but I think I'm going to put this one on the bottom and put the stickers up here. And then the third one, which is one we like better. We'll see. Okay, and of course, I pulled out all of this and I'm replicating things. Like, hello, should be all, 10 should have all been different. But my brain doesn't work that way, I guess. So, let's not cut the envelope. Don't cut the envelope, Tini. Don't cut the envelope. Don't cut it. Here we go. Nice, nice. Okay. All right. And then let's put a couple up here. Okay, I like the 3, but also the 2 is good. Let's go dark. Let's see. Do we have? Okay, there's not much of a run, I see. So let's do that and that. Let's do this and this. You know what? Let's do, because we need to use it. We need to use it. It's part of the thing. We need to use it. We'll just hide it. We'll hide it behind other ones like this. Okay, so the brain is there. It's there. But it's not, you know, shining. Okay, there we go. All right. So we did 2. You know what? No more with the fire. I'm sorry I cut you. We will put it back in here. And, we'll find another use for it another day on a tag or something or whatever. Cause yeah, I need to change it up, guys. I know you were like, why you got so much stuff on your table and you using like 2 or 3 different things only? Exactly. So let's do, we did 2. Let's move on to some other kind of design. So we've used this. We've used the book. Let's tape that bad boy back up. Do I have tape for that? Yes, I have tape. Look at the little tiny tape. on the Spencer. All right, that these I use, and I have a few here that I need to use. Let's see which of these pet tapes. This I have the least of this. Let's take this. I had used it for something else. I forgot what. But see, look at that. It creates this garden on the bottom. Isn't that cute? That is so nice. It's so nice. Let's cut you right here. All right. The only thing is that it's shiny, like super shiny. That's the only thing, you know. But it's pretty. Pretty pet tape. All right, we're going to. Yeah, let's go almost to the bottom. Let's go to the bottom with the tape. So we're not gonna pass the bottom. That'll keep it straight. Okay. And then we're going to come up here. I think I'm gonna use, I have like 4 or 5 of those stamps. I'm gonna have to use those, guys, because I took them off and I don't want to connect them up. I didn't get close enough. Okay, and then I see that I did come off over here. So, okay, let's not cut that. Anyway, what was I babbling about? Oh, creating a lot of ephemera with all these ideas in mind. Like the other things that I showed you, is like, oh, fashion, you know, like a fashion. Then I have, like, not a yeah, mystical, what is it called? Retro, like there's so many ideas. Because I watch all you guys too who are out there that are creators and making stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, I want to do that too. And then I get all these ideas and I don't complete all of them like I should. Anyway, okay. And so this will be done here. Let's take 2 stamps. So we're gonna put it on 2 more things because we have 4 here. Let's do, what do we got here? Mushroom and butterfly, more mushrooms and butterfly. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do these 2 together. Yes, just stick them together and put them right there. Okay, no muss, no fuss, no bing, no mind. All right, and let's do this one over here, and let's just get these guys over here because that's where they're gonna go. Yeah, so I didn't ink. You still have the option. I could still ink if I wanted to around it. All right, let's see. That's the same. Okay, let's take this one with the blue. So let's use this one. So I still have some of this pet tape left over. Don't have enough to leave a good substantial. I'm gonna leave this for now. Right, we already used this one. Let's open this one that has these bricks. I think that will go nicely with the blue there. Okay, so we're gonna trim that. Let's put a piece of tape there. And let's get this guy peeled and stuck. So yeah. But it's like, yeah, so I don't know what to do on my channel, guys, because I feel like I gotta bring you something good to watch and to teach and all that stuff because, you know, teacher brain in me wants to make sure that I'm making it worth your while to be here. And so, yes. Oh, I like that little stone fancy thingy. It's cute. Okay. And then let's do it from this side so I can see the shiny. Okay, don't cut that envelope. I could feel it. I could almost feel like I was going into the envelope, guys. Oh my God, the stress. All right, and so we have 2 more. You gonna hang out for that? Okay. Let's do something different. Okay, let's do this. We have this. So this is the world. This is map. Map and music. Music and map. Music makes the world go. Anyway, that's money. It's kind of big. It's gonna take up all that music. So we are going to use it on both. So let's just cut this off. Let's take this back up. And so what we'll do is we will cut down the center. There is a line. We can do it straight. Okay, it'll be about this high. And then, I don't know what we'll put up here. I don't think I have anything for that. So let's try to go as straight as possible. We're gonna follow the line. Let's see if we can cut a straight line, guys, when the line is there and I'm already off. All right, now this is where we're gonna get hazy because I gotta kind of keep it. Straight, but I think I did a decent job. Yes, we're gonna say that I did, and I'm gonna feel accomplished, and we're gonna keep it moving. So here we go. So we're not going to necessarily put it on the staff line because that'll be too obvious. It's close enough, okay? And do I want to put, no, can't do that. We're gonna need something else for an accent on the flap. What can we put, guys? What do we want to put? I think we may have to go back to the washi bag and get something else. I don't think this would go with it, what I have here. So this is the only thing that I haven't used. What does this look like? It's like leaves or something. One time I thought it was coffee beans, but it's not. It's just like, could I do that? Could I do something like that? Could it be that kooky? Could I just be like, sure, why not? What do we think? What do we think, guys? That's a mistake? It's gonna be a mistake that's gonna stay. I gotta get us moving, guys. Alright. No! I cut it off there. Oh, no. Oh, this one's sticking hard. It's sticking hard. It's not coming off. I guess we're staying there. Okay. And I did go a little off. I'm a little crooked. So, no bueno. But you know what? That's because I'm being silly. And I'm trying to just finish the video. I'm trying to make them shorter. But I don't think that's in my... What's it called? That's in my wheelhouse. Yeah, like I'm not doing the 15-minute videos, guys. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to be corto, to be short and get it straight to the point. Okay, let me see. Let me look at this. Am I mad at that? I'm mad at that it's crooked, but I'm not mad at the design of it necessarily, because I can still put something there to kind of tone that down. But we're not going to do that today. We're not going to do that right now. We are going to place this one up here, though. And, yeah. Let's do that. Hello. Come apart. There we go. Okay. You going away. I don't like you. Not for this. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to match up the two locations of the little cut divots in. Yeah, okay, so there we go with that. And I feel like I need something on the bottom, but I don't really have anything here. So, we're gonna be saying goodbye because this is it. This is what you came for. We made some envelopes out of music, coffee dyed music paper. We had a little show and tell what I've been doing and trying to get myself out there. And yeah, so we need a little something in here. Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff that I have? I have stuff. Where's my stuff? Oh my goodness. Guys, I'm so sorry. Oh, you know what? Let's just see. There gotta be something else in the baggie. There's gotta be something else in the bag. You know what? I don't want it to not be see-through, but you know what? The tones match. I'm gonna do this. Alright, let me throw these guys back in here. So yo, if you've been here, hello, Brooklyn. So if you've been here right now and are watching the finalization of these shenanigans right now, then please consider subscribing if you are not subscribed. If you've been subscribed and was wondering where I've been, hello, back again. And sorry when missing in action, but I needed a break. So now I want to say thank you and I appreciate that. Guys, help me build up my 500. I have goodies to send out. I would love to send them out. I need to hit that number. So, oh man, I wish I had some ink. Have you seen this that I showed you guys these? This is humongous. I would have loved to have put a number right there. Yep, no residual ink. All that pressure for nothing. Maybe I'll stick a number there. Anyway, this I will save because it's graph paper. The math teacher in me is like, no, you cannot throw the graph paper away. You go throw everything else away, but not the graph paper. Anyhow, so this is the basura from today's endeavors. We have made 10 envelopes ready to be filled, extra decoration on it, sure. We've got some scraps, some good sized scraps for some tags, back it on some cardstock, so we're good with that. So let's take another quick look. So remember, they were all the same size because we did our math. We took a 12 by 9 piece of paper, scored down, made it 7 by 12, cut off 3 inches, made it 9 by 7 with the folds there, and then we folded it up 3 inches, made this 4 inches to this fold, and folded it down. So now we have these lovely envelopes that are 4 by 7. Nice size for a pocket, nice size for a journal to go this way. Beautiful. You could even glue and glue, make it a tuck. Right? If your pages are too wide, you can't really do something with that, but you know what I'm saying? You can. You could have made them, put them this way, decorated the front, and then glued the flap down and made it a flip-out pocket. Guys, things are endless, bro. See what I'm saying? I have to make sure I gave you a little snippet, a little tidbit. So we have our map and grid paper. We've had our map and something. We've got our stone wall and our stamps. We've got our stone with florals and our stamps. We've got our morbid burnt edge apothecary with our medical stuff. Same thing here, just in 2 different positions. We've got our biblioteca, library, with some writing. And we got the library again with some writing from one of the books. We've got some writing along with some stamps, some writing with some stamps. They could all use some more embellishment, so by all means, you can go crazy and do that. They'll go in my finished box, and then when I'm looking for something and I want to add a little something, I can, but I'm going to call these kind of done, unless I decide to do something with the back. But other than that, 10 envelopes in this many minutes. Probably way more than they needed to be. But again, I was saying goodbye. The Puerto Rican means like, we don't know how to say goodbye one time. We say it 3-4 times until we finally leave. So I'm going to leave now. And I'm going to say thank you for being with me here. And again, please subscribe if you haven't. Please like the video. Please, that would help. Share the video. That would help immensely. And yeah, give me a comment. Tell me what you think. How have you been? What would you have done differently? Any suggestions? Anything you want to see? All of that good stuff down in the comments. But until, oh yeah, and I'm going to throw them out. But like I said in the beginning, you want them, I'm mail them to you. Let's see if anybody actually does say something in the comments. They're going to stay on my desk for a couple days. This is probably going to be up on a Monday because it is already after 11. Because like I said, I was watching YouTube and said, get off your butt, girl. Get back to your thing. And so, until next time. Ciao, ciao. Bye.